Hello, and thank you for attending our webinar today. I'm really excited to discuss leads, and more leads. It's what every business wants and needs, no matter the industry, no matter if you're selling a service or a product. It's the lifeblood of every business. And today I'm going to introduce you to what I consider it's a one-of-a-kind, unique lead generation service. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Bradley. That's me on the right. I've been in the online marketing, lead generation, conversion world for 10 plus years. In the last few years, I've been helping local businesses with their lead generation, everything from SEO, pay-per-click, social media, Facebook marketing. And I was speaking with a contractor who was in the roofing and water restoration, and he was talking about a company that he was getting great results with. And I'm always on the lookout for my clients for a good lead generation service. There's some decent ones, but they all have their flaws. And then he started to tell me about leads by phone, and I went, wow, this is a really unique program. I was so impressed. I contacted the owner, got on the phone with him, spent a couple days going back and forth, because I said, hey, I have some clients that really need your service. Are you doing roofing? He said he was, and is wanting to expand in those areas. And then as we started talking, I said, I think I can help you bring some water restoration companies on board with how I can market. And he's like, let's do it. So that's why you're here today. So let's get right into it. Their slogan, we get the leads, you get the business. That is very true. What they do is they only allow 4 companies in a geographical area, and once that's sold out, they have a waiting list. And I think he said there was 40 areas on a waiting list. So if you're on this call or watching it on a recording, your area is still open. And what they do is they advertise your business on Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and then you only pay for the good leads. The leads are exclusive. They're not shared with anybody else. It's a true, what I call a pay-for-performance lead generation. They're literally taking all the risk, because to advertise on Google just on water restoration keywords, water damage keywords, 30 to 60 bucks a click depending on your market. So that's expensive. If they don't deliver any leads, guess what? You don't pay anything. It's as simple as that. All the risks are on them. Here's their definition of a good lead. It is a caller must be looking to hire for a service that your company offers, in this case water restoration. They must be the decision maker, and they must be in the service area. So if it's outside, say you want a 20-mile radius and the lead is 30 miles away, guess what? You don't pay for that lead. A quick history of leads by phone. They were founded in 2008 by 2 guys who had extensive experience in the water restoration business. Currently, over 500 companies use leads by phone today, with 100 million in revenue generated for their business partners in 2014 alone. The leads are 100% exclusive. It's a true pay-for-performance lead gen model. So I put together 6 reasons. I put together this for my clients why you need to use leads by phone. Number 1, you only pay for real leads. If it's not a good lead in terms of their definition, you don't pay for it. This is huge. No deposit or prepaying of leads. The leads are billed the following Tuesday when the leads come in. So other services, they will make you prepay the leads or put a deposit on it, and then you're kind of paying that down. Not here. So that's why they say if they deliver nothing, you pay nothing. You get complete exclusivity. You're the only one with that lead. It's a phone call directly to you. You're the one answering the call. You have control. And here's a really neat thing I liked. It's flexibility, where you can actually change cities. If you want to go, say in another city, you saw a big old storm hit, and you want to go there for 3 weeks, you can actually tell them, hey, I want to go ahead and target another area. You can definitely do that, and I think that's great flexibility. What they do is they actually build you a custom website. It's your branding, it's your logo, your services, your name on it, and that's what they advertise on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. They record every call, so the calls are sent to you live, and they're recorded, because that's how they determine what is a good lead or what is not. They have staff that listen to it. And then it's performance based. Obviously, if they're not going to produce a lead, you're not going to get anything. And your job simply to answer the phone, set the appointment, and go sell the deal. Now, here's an added benefit of this call recording. I love this. They have an online portal It's actually, they got an app for iPhone and Android, so you can log in on your phone and look at it. And this is what I like. You get to download the calls, so you can listen in. You can if you're the one answering it, you can listen to yourself, see how you can improve. If you have staff answering the calls, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what, we got 8 leads, only 4 appointments. What's going on here? What happened to the other 4? You can go in and listen to it, and then help train your staff to be better at in setting the appointment. So you get extra benefits of doing that. I think that's awesome. They provide that for you guys, and then they provide the customized website. It's your branding, not theirs. They have actually 5 custom websites for you, and I'm just going to go through this pretty quick. You can see this. It's around. These are the first 4 is what they advertise with on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. This is the master website. It's mainly for SEO, and it does not conflict with any SEO you're doing, because what happens when this gets popped up in the organic search engine rankings, it types in a zip code, and then it will match. Their database matches who's got that zip code, and then they populate it with your company's information. So nothing that Google will see to conflict with your current SEO. It's just a way to get more leads. Now here's a screenshot I took of their back-end system where you can track your leads. You can see all the red X's is what's not billable. You can see almost half the calls came in. They're scratching those out pretty good. And then you also have a spot where you can enter revenue. I think that's great, and they encourage this because when you enter that in on a specific job, they track that by the keyword. So if there's certain keywords that are converting better for you into sales, they can get more aggressive in bidding for those keywords, which obviously brings you more leads and more business. So let's set the expectations. What can you expect here? Paul tells me, please under promise, over deliver. That's what their motto is. So on average, over a 12-month period, their business partners are averaging 5 leads per month. And obviously, I can tell you with the rain season coming up here in the next few months, you're going to get probably more than 5 leads a month. But overall, that's what he said. In some markets, guys are getting more than 5, and some smaller markets might be a little less. But the average is 5. $3,400 is the average job value. He's seen some commercial jobs up to $70,000 and smaller jobs as well. But the average is $3,400. 1 out of 2 is the average close that their business partners are doing. He said some are doing 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. A few select are 9 out of 10. And those are the numbers. With that is the average revenue per month is $8,500, stretched out over a 12-month period. That's $102,000 per year in extra revenue. So the question I ask, would you like an extra $102,000 of revenue in the next 12 months? I believe the answer is yes. We can move on. So what's the catch? That's what some guys ask me. What's the catch? This sounds too good to be true. Well, there is one catch. You must have someone to answer the calls. No one leaves voice messages anymore, and research from Inside Sales shows 78% of sales goes to people who first talk to the customers. And when I mentioned the stat before of 1 out of 2 closing, and some guys are doing 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 3, the big difference, what Paul told me, and I already knew the answer, it was the guys doing the better numbers on closing. They're answering the phones 24/7, and the people that answer the phones are very good at setting the appointments and getting them out there immediately. That's the big difference. And so if you got live answering phones, this will work for you. If you're the type of business that likes to have voicemail, pick it up, and then you call the people back, this probably isn't for you. I'm just being straight up and honest with you. So, but if you got the calls answered, let's go on. Here's a question I'll ask you. You get 10 good leads. We know the definition of a good lead. They're interested in your service. The decision maker's on the telephone, and they're in your service area. Out of how many of those will you set in appointments? And out of those appointments, how many will you turn to sales? If you got that number, now let's get into what this is going to cost. There is a one-time setup fee of $750. What this covers is it takes about 20 to 30 hours to launch to do the 4 to 5 sites that he builds for you to put on the ad networks of the 3 search engines. and I know I do this every week, that does take time to create those accounts as well. You're creating the ads, you got to write the ads, create the ads, do all that. It takes time, so it pays his people to do that. That's the only fee up front. Everything else you pay after you get your leads. So and they're also, they're not charging you for junk calls, people trying to call you or for jobs or sell you something. You don't get charged for that stuff. So there's no deposit prepaying of the leads. The cost for a water damage, flooding, and sewerage and fire and smoke damage is $275, $100 for mold, $35 for carpet cleaning. You don't have to take mold or carpet cleaning leads. So if you're just looking at the water damage and the fire and smoke damage leads, they're $275. So ask yourself, out of 10 leads, how many? I asked you before, how many sales will you get out of that? Now calculate that. Is that profit of those sales going to be more than the $27.50 those 10 leads are going to cost you? If it is, I think we could do business. What to expect? You're up and running in 3 to 5 business days. Leads usually by the second week, but Paul tells me, I always say 1 to 3 weeks because some things happen beyond their control. I understand that very well, being in this business. So, but usually if they get you set up in 5 days, your ads are live on that 6th day, and they're run 24/7, 7 days a week. So by that second week, you're probably getting a call or two. There is a $33 monthly administration fee that covers your website hosting and call recordings. The billing is on Tuesdays for the previous week's leads. Most of the time, you've probably gone out there and already sold a deal. And you can pause upcoming leads for 5 days per month. So how to become a partner? I probably have a link in the email I sent to you. If this is a recording, there's a link below this video here that you can click on to sign up. If you don't have one, please email me back. I'll get that over to you so you don't have to type that in. You will, if you have a logo, Paul will be in contact with you, or his staff will, to send them a logo. You don't have to do that right away. The other thing they expect is after they get you set up, they do get you on a 20-minute webinar where they go over everything with you: how to listen to calls, review invoices, request support, pause your account, everything you need to do, and answer any other questions that you may have. So very customer service focused company here. And they also give you a free white paper. Just helps build more credibility. And I'll end this with just a few testimonials that you guys can read here. You can see they got a whole lot more testimonials I can actually put up, but because you can see some very happy people here.